Greetings to all my 10th grade children. Today I am meeting you for the English class for the Unit 3 Pros, Empowered Women Navigating the World. I welcome you all to this e-learning platform. Welcome. Today we are going to see how a crew of women are going to navigate. That is, they have already done, but we are going to learn it as a lesson today. Yes, how they are circumnavigating in the sense they will start from one point of the world and go around the whole world through the sea and reach the same point on a particular fine day. It takes months, days, and it goes around a year. Okay, so let's see how this crew, that's a crew containing 6 members, especially they are women. Okay, you all know women is a plural term, and these women all along they are going in the seas with anyone support. They are undergoing training, everything. With that training, they are taking up this journey. Let's see what it is. Women occupy almost all the major positions in the society. All women Indian Navy crew circumnavigated the world for 254 days. You all know a year contains 365 days. So almost nearly to 10 months they have gone there. Okay, 8 to 9 months they have gone there. So 254 days, and INSV Tarini was the name of the ship in which they were circumnavigating. Yes, let's see in the next slide. INSV Tarini, the speciality of INSV, the second sailboat of Indian Navy. It is about 55-foot sailing vessel named after Tara Tarini. Tara Tarini is named after a temple in Odisha, and it has advanced ray marine navigation. Ray marine navigation in the sense you will know what sort of creatures are under the water. You can when you go in the dark time also, you will be able to have some radar system and you will be able to locate what is under the sea. So that helps you a lot without affecting the creatures in the sea system. And suit and satellite communication system. If anything you want to communicate with your crew members who are in the offshore, you can communicate with them, or you can ask for the helpline, anything through the satellite. So it's very easy. Immediately in few seconds you can reach out whatever you want, or you want to communicate, you can communicate through satellite also. So such a kind of an advancement in the Tara Tarini. Now Naviga Sagar Parikrama project to empower women full potential. This basis, according to this project only, the circumnavigation team was conducted and the circumnavigation project was done, okay, to show that was it able for the women to circumnavigate the world as a crew of women members. Okay, so like that they were doing this project and it was successful. So let's see the voyage aimed to showcase that Make in India initiative. In India also, many women are doing in other countries, but in India we have not yet started or launched such a kind of a project. So this was done in India. It encouraged the use of renewable resources such as wind, updated meteorological, ocean and wave data. Using all these data and the renewable resources, because you know you need a fuel of diesel, everything like that. But still they were using renewable resources such as wind, and they were continuing or doing this circumnavigation journey. So this project was done based on these things like meteorological, ocean and wave data also. So it was an advanced type of system. You can see the 6 crew members in the Indian Navy. So the names of the crew members, okay, leader is Vartika Joshi. So you have to read it as Lieutenant Commander Vartika Joshi. Okay, she was the leader and she was leading the crew, and it was successful. We have to be proud of it. It was successful. And Lieutenant Cadre Pratibha Jamwal, Lieutenant Cadre Swati Patharpalli, Lieutenant Aishwarya Bodapatti, Lieutenant Sri Vijaya Devi, and Lieutenant Payal Gupta. So everything is almost like North Indian names only. No one from South, almost from the North only. Okay. So they are from different kind of places, and they have done this work successfully. Let's see in the next slide. The crew started voyage on 10th September 2017. So now we are in 2020, and so 3 years back they started from Goa. Okay, and stop over at 4 ports. That means in between they have to refill their fuel, they have to collect their food materials or any other things, whatever they come of shortage, they have to fill it or get it from the purchase from the 4 different places. So they will land at 4, stop at 4 places, okay, and around 254 days they were doing, reached Goa port May 21st 2018. So you can see almost a year, okay, and a few months difference only, okay, 2 to 3 months difference, almost a year they have gone. Few questions were asked to the crew members after their successful expedition. Let's see what were the questions, and they were having an interview in the media. Let's see the first question. How well were you acquainted with the sailboat before you took up the task? In this first question, they were asking how they were able to manage with the sailboat. Okay, so one of them is leader is answering that they have not even sailed or had an experience of sailing a boat beforehand. So what they did is, all of a sudden in the training time, when they went for a sailing of using a sailboat for the training purpose, they were really finding it very hard, because sometimes the wind may be in a different direction what they expect. That is, they may had a theoretical training from the classroom or whatever it is. When they had a practical experience, everything was completely different. So they were finding it very difficult, and they were saying it was really difficult when we were undergoing the training period, and when we took the sailboat for the first time. We have no experience beforehand. Like that they were sharing their experience. You can see the second question. Can you tell us about the training that you had undergone before this expedition? Okay, for this what they are saying is, beforehand they were given a kind of a boat, and that boat was really had to be meant with repairs and corrections. Everything was needed in that boat, and when they go from one point to another, they find it very difficult. They were learning by themselves how to repair a boat, how to do some correction, whatever problem they face with the technical side, with the construction of the boat, any other, not in the construction, with the technical side of the boat, they were doing it by themselves and they were learning it. So when they got such a sailboat in the training period, it was really helpful for them to go with more confidence in the great oceans and the seas. Okay, you all know, you can understand that situation. Unless and until if something is breakdown, if they are going to face when they go in the sea, training like such in this period, when they get such trainings, how to repair a boat, how to repair the sail, how to take care of the things and all, it will be very useful without asking help from any other one, and they were managing everything by themselves. So that was the thing they were sharing in this question. In the next question, you can see what was the selection process. The selection process, nearly 30 members, that is 30 women had applied for the crew or the circumnavigation, and among them the 6 were selected. Okay, and the 6 they were saying, really we were happy to be selected, but when we heard about the original situation, how a sea would be, we were really, that is one person was saying that she was even thought of giving up the selection for the circumnavigation. Actually, she was selected shortlisted for the 6 people. From that, she even thought of going out or leaving the crew, as thinking about how difficult and will I be able to manage the sea waves and the difficult situation on the sea, because they had no previous experience or live experience of living in a sea or traveling in a sea, journey on a sea. So that was a great difficult time for them. So that was the selection process. Okay, and the next question, how did your family members react when you told them about the expedition? From this, among 4 of them, they had come from the mountainous region. So you can understand how a coastal area livelihood and the mountain livelihood, how it is, a vast difference is there. So without an experience or without a knowledge of the sea or the conditions, no one can able to manage or take care of their life in the sea waves. So that's what the situation, and that 4 people they have come from the mountain, others were they had some idea about how a sea would be. Then they welcome their parents to have a visit when they are going for the thing. And first time when they come to visit, first time they are seeing the sea, how a sea is, and they were really shocked to see. And when they saw that their daughter is able to manage, that is, each family, their daughters are able to manage, so they were really happy and they were really supportive and motivating too. So like that, when they got that fear, that first time fear, when it was diminished, they automatically had that feeling of confidence in this condition. So that was a great thing when they get the family support when they are going to set out for the circumnavigation. The next question, you can see, what were your aims and how did you work to achieve them? When you go for an expedition, the government or the Navy force is going to spend you a lot. Okay, they are going to give you something, a particular thing, and there are particular rules also. Okay, when you do something, when you do or take up a project, there are certain limitations, terms and conditions, everything is there. In the same way, they too have rules of circumnavigation, and in that rules of circumnavigation is one thing is they should not use the engine. Without using the engine, what they have to do is they were able to complete the project. Okay, so what they are saying is at certain areas there were no wind, the wind was dropped, and they were even trying to they could have even used the engine also, but still they avoided it and they show off their honesty alone, because they give more importance to the honesty. That's what they are saying. In this circumnavigation, the main part is they're not thinking about their destination, but how the journey should be. Unless and until you focus on your journey, it's very easy to take a shortcut, or it's very easy to take an easy way to complete a task. But here what they are doing is they stick on to the quality of honesty, and when they did that, they were really able to do it successfully. And in the training period, they found that when they went for that repairing condition and everything, they had a situation of having shortage of food and water, and even with the electricity also. So in this moment, when the training period, they had that problem. So when they went for the circumnavigation, they were able to manage or use the resource very prudently, without making it a shortage. Like that, they were able to complete the task without bringing a shortage and manage the things what they were having. So such were the great lessons they were learning from the circumnavigation, and this circumnavigation were really successful because of the unity also. As a teamwork, they were working together, they were going together, and each one was not waiting for another person's assistance. They were working together and they were helping each other, and they were doing their part very easily. So that was the main thing, and that was the aim of them, to be honest enough in every part of the situation. The next question, you can see, name that one quality of yours that enable you to complete this expedition successfully. This is the thing, again, that honesty they'll be talking about. And the next thing is managing the resources. And another thing is they were side by side, they were helping each other. That is a great thing, the unity at this moment. Okay. The next question, you can see, as the head of the crew, how did you involve the team? As the head, Vartika Joshi is sharing her experience as how they were able to involve the team. She was saying each member in the crew were unique, were different, they would think differently. And for a problem, they bring out different kinds of solutions, and it was really easy for them to select the best one. So that was really making them to go easily or find out a better solution for the problems they face or the challenges. So that was the one thing. And another thing she was saying is, at times there were difficult weather condition also. So that time it is not so easy when one person has to take care of the meteorological condition or collect the data as how far the weather is suitable or very bad. Another condition, one person have to take care of the driving of the ship, sailing of the ship. and the other person have to take care of the heating of water, preparing food for the other person. Another person have to heat up the gloves because there was rainy season also. So everything was under was in a wet condition. Everything was completely drenched there. So they had to, each one, they cannot even take rest also. Maybe my shift has been completed in the morning, but when the afternoon, maybe a difficult situation has come up. What should I do? I should not think, oh, my work was completed in the morning and I have to, this is my leisure time. That is, I have to take rest. They cannot think like that, but they were all working together at any moment. Okay, and when the condition was very fine, they were even taking very good relaxations also. That's what she was saying. As a very good, I got a very good team and I was able to do that very nicely. So they were all cooperating. Share your experience about the most challenging task while sailing. You can see the ways how it is given. This is the best example for the answer for this question. Okay, when they were sailing, they cannot set up on the shore and they could stand up. They would have done it, but when you are on the way or in the middle of the ocean, you cannot go suddenly or jump into the ocean, into the shore. What they have to do is they will keep on sailing, and even the hurricanes also was really come to nearly some level of heights. They were really afraid and they were really working together, and that was a great challenge for them. Still they were moving on, so that was a great thing. And at times they even had a breakdown also. They have to fix it together with everyone working together, putting their heads together. And when they think about it after some time, it was really memorable. That is blissful experience, she is saying. Blissful means very happy experience, which she carried as, not only she, the team members were carrying it as a great memory, because they were able to solve. When you solve something and you get something successful in a challenge, when you face a challenge, it is going to be a great thing and a great motivation, self-motivation for you in the future. So in the same way, they felt certain instances here. So one thing is the weather condition, the other thing is the technical errors in the boat. Okay, so that was the two things they were sharing about. Now the next question, how adventurous was your trip? You can see the picture, you can see some lights on the in the dark time of the that is evening time, that moonlit sky. Okay, so when they were crossing the Tasman Sea, they were really able to see the southern lights on the sky. Okay, that was really an awesome sight for them. Like that, they were really awestruck and they were really wondering. They were learning about it, and they were learning about it, and it was a first time experience. And another time when they were going and sailing in the sea, they even saw a sperm whale was dead on the sea. And from the distance when they saw it, actually they thought it was a island, but when they went near only, as they went near, they understood that it was a dead whale, sperm of a dead whale, and they were really astonished to see that also. Even the dolphins and every other creatures were sailing along with them. Okay, they were swimming along with them. That is, when the boat was sailing, they were swimming at the sides, and they could feel like they were like neighbors also. So each and every moment it was really adventurous, and when they come up with a new thing, they go to the Google and search for it, and they start learning about it, because they say they are not specialists, because they are learning every part of their life. Human beings are learning everything from the new experience. In the same way, they were learning many things, and it was really an adventurous trip. Like that they were sharing. Next question we can see, how did your crew spend time deep in the sea? It's a very, very, what to say is, happy part of the interview. You can see the picture also. In this time, what they're doing is, whenever they had a pleasant time, they really, as a crew members, each one have a different kind of interest. One may be cooking, one may be quilling in the sense paper quilling, making decorative like flowers and different kinds of presentation. Okay, mostly they'll do it for greeting cards and all, and even for paper earring making, such things. That was really helpful for them, because when you go in a sea trip, you sometimes feel sickness also, seasick, okay, or sea fever, but there is no need for them. But still, always when you keep on sailing, it will be very boring. For months they are going to travel and journey. So when they had a pleasant weather condition, what they did is, They even had time for their hobbies, reading books, reading Ramayanas, reading comic books, everything. And they were really sharing and they were really having fun also. And one of the person was really able to do baking. So she was baking cakes and all, and they were even celebrating different occasions like Diwali and 3 birthdays. That is when they crossed the Greenwich Meridian, and when it was the day for the sailboat, okay, birthday of the sailboat, and when they were crossing the equator also. So when they were crossing the international date line, that is the Greenwich equator, and when they had the birthday of the sailboat, they were really celebrating those 3 days, and the specialist of baking cakes was baking cakes for them. And at times, even hard times also, they were enjoying a very good food, like preparing parathas, golgappas, everything, and they had a very good time. So the crew was really very, in unity and in harmony. They were doing all the work. So you can see how fun they had in the sea. Okay. In the next question, you can see what motivated you to fulfill country's expectation. When you set out for the expectation, for the expedition, really you would know, you will be always in all the medias. Yes, the whole country will be knowing about you, that you are going or setting on for an expedition, and they will be waiting for you when you will be returning. Any news about you, any difficult situation is happening to them, and your parents, your dear ones will be waiting for you there. Yes, so what they did is they had hardships in the sea, but they were not everything. They were not calling up and they were saying, "Oh, we had this problem, we had that problem." They are not saying like that, but still they were always tackling everything, because they know people are waiting on the shore for them. So they know when there is a time, they will be calling up for them to speak out how the expedition was, and what was the expression, what was the feelings, how do you feel about the expedition. They would surely share what are the things they had undergone, the difficult moments, the times of hardships, even the pleasant moments, everything they'll be sharing. Until then, we have to keep up our honor of the country, and we have to complete this expedition successfully. That was the main motivation in their mindset. Okay, so they were able to do it successfully. That's what they shared in the question. As a woman, how would you consider this expedition? Yes, that's a great thing. This unit 3 is completely about women, and this prose says about 6 women members as a crew going for the expedition. And one person, the leader, says that as a woman, when I go here, everyone, we were all new to the sea, but still sea doesn't have a gender discrimination. Okay, when you get into a society, you automatically will have a gender discrimination, patriarchal norms, or the rules and regulations, how to behave, how to handle, how to manage situation, everything is there, how to be in a relationship, everything. But here, when we go on a sea, the only thing is how to manage situation. That's what is main thing. You should have a knowledge, you should have a first-hand experience as how to manage situation on the sea. Sea is completely different from the land, from the plains, from the mountains, from the plateaus, everything. So you should know how to manage situation, that's all. There is no gender discrimination. We were all women, but still we were not feeling any other harm of some other gender discrimination, but we were happy and we were doing our expedition successfully. It was a great moment, and we feel it as a great pride to do it for our nation. Like that they are sharing. Hope you all understood the prose piece in the unit 3. Yes, it's an entirely different one, not like a lesson or a story, a first-hand experience and the real experience of a Navy crew, how they undergone a circumnavigation around the world. Yes, hope you enjoyed, hope you understood the concept also. Thank you, have a nice day.